if I, so we don't have our own radio station, but we have been supporting and holding many radio station and video units in their quest for a media pluralistic society. So some of our recent experiences, and I would talk only from experiences. I think the issue of financial sustainability was there right from the beginning when the CR movement started off, and so we realized that unless and until we give concrete evidence of the suggestions that these are the possible avenues, I think it doesn't really help us. So some of the examples I come from here happens to be from two of our experiences with two units which are supported by, can we go back please, the presentation from the beginning? Yeah. So two of the units which are supported by UNICEF, one in Lalitpur, it's called Lalit Logwani, and the other is in Shivpuri, it's called Radio Dharkan. So they are on air for around 2 years now, and we were specifically working on the revenue generation business plan model, how is it possible. So there was another agency actually, it's a marketing agency which also worked with us in this program. And some of our experiences, I may be wrong in your context, this presentation might just not apply in your context, but some of our experiences is what I'm going to share. Okay, so what we have realized is that it's a discipline in itself, and it just can't be said that let's get money from the market. As Sir said, that it's a discipline, there has to be systems on how we approach it. So some of the steps we realized is very critical to make this revenue generation possible locally are this, that we do a very honest audience analysis, and we have time slottings done according to that audience analysis. So what I mean is, if we find in an audience analysis that women listen to radio at 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, children listen to radio from 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, so we do the time slotting of our programs, programs for women from 7 to 9, programs for children from 11 to 12. So I think most of us do it from a hunch factor, because we know it, not from a studied factor. So the idea was that we studied, and most of the time it happens that program executives generally decide that from a hunch factor, not the community reporters. So this study actually involved the community reporters to kind of understand the reason of time slotting and when they should do it, how they should present it, who likes what kind of RJs, what kind of music which audience likes it. So that's how we decided to do the audience analysis study, and hence do a time slotting and a content designing based on that. Third was an advertiser survey. When we talk about marketing, most of the time we kind of say that there is a market available or there is not a market available. But we have hardly done an advertiser survey to understand in existing local medias, say the cable TV or the billboards or the local newspaper, who all from your 10-12 kilometer radius are actually invested, and how much have they invested. And if we ask them again that if there is a radio station which actually reaches out to say 1 lakh population, how much would they be interested in paying? So just to understand, before you actually create your own rate chart and proposal and business plan, what is the market like? What is it willing to pay? So something what Sir was saying, that is someone interested in paying 80 rupees or 20 rupees? And this is something which needs to be done so that we can have our rate charts according to the market that we have. So having done that, the team gets back into a business plan mode where all these feed from the different research is fed into a business plan. So what would be the audience slot, who would be the possible advertisers for those time slots, and what would be the rates for it. So this being done, this being the entire business plan, you also have a yearly target. So if I say the 7 to 9 slot can attract at least 10 advertisers. This is what we are confident about, having done the survey. And they can pay around 3,000 a month, each of them. So that comes to around 30,000 per month into 12 months. So that's the figure that we tentatively get for the revenue that can be generated out of this time slot. So all that adds up to your total possible generation. So that's the business plan that we are talking about, and then the team works on that business plan. Then you can have within your reporters, or you can have a dedicated person, whatever is the strategy. Based on that, each time slots raises revenue. Monthly, it might rise, it might fall, and we'll look at how much we achieve at the end of the year. But now, having said that, that's the business plan. And then there are 3-4 aspects of how you do it, and which is not something, a discipline, which an NGO or an education institution has been doing it in history, because we are a different kind of an institution where the interaction with market is not so much as a corporate or a private entity would do. So there is, and I may be mistaken, but what we have experienced is that there is a general aversion to going into the market and sell things for NGOs and for education institution. So that's an area which, if we really want to do it, we might have to overcome it. We might have to dedicate people who are better at it. We might have to dedicate team who can be better at it. So which would involve all those, which is a sales call, doing a sales call, so going and approaching the person, showing your data, showing your figures, how much you're reaching, what is the listenership survey telling you. You have to actually call them maybe 5 times, 10 times, visit them 10 times, and actually talk to them. See, this is this, right? And you have to do all those follow-ups. And you have to close a deal as well. So that's the entire process of it. And you have to have a MIS, a monitoring system, which not only says, okay, that we have made a plan, that's it, but an MIS system which actually tracks whoever is responsible for that job of actually approaching people, doing the sales call, is actually doing it, how many times it has done it. Because I'm saying this is not a discipline which we are trained in as NGO professionals or as education institution professionals, but if you want to do it, that's the kind of monitoring structure that we also need to. So yeah, so this is basically the steps that we realized, and some of the examples which happened as part of